ask now, since Josh just said he would be the smartest in the class if there was a yearbook for this Dallas Mavs team. What do you think you would be?
Yeah, somewhere behind. Josh is like by far the smartest in the team. Well-read, reads all day, every day, studies, online courses. He's just a consummate lifelong learner.
Would you call yourself best dressed, most likely to be the president? What would you be in the yearbook of the Dallas Mavs?
This my superlative.
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like that's a tough question to answer in regards to yourself, but we'll put Josh as the future president and most stylish, both.
What about Luka?
Most likely to succeed. Josh works too.
How did the FIBA World Cup help you prepare for this season, and what can you take from Team Canada into the Mavs this year?
I think playing over the summer internationally has a lot of benefits, especially for me in terms of being able to train with a very specific goal. And although it's not the same goal as winning a championship here, the mentality of being in fight mode, I guess, during the summer, it's a blessing to be able to train with that in mind. So it's a sprint. It's not the same as NBA season. It's FIBA, slightly different game, and obviously a different set of personnel and a different scheme. But the mentality is the same. So I think it's nice to kind of sharpen that tool all throughout the summer. It's not the same type of sharpening when you're working on your own and playing pickup or stuff like that. Those are important as well, and of course that's part of developing your game. But to be able to compete on the world stage and be locked in for months at a time to try and reach a common goal, that's exactly what we need to do here. So mentally, that was the biggest thing for sure, and it carries over.
Dwight, what is your initial interpretation of the new guys, the bigs especially, and the athleticism and the rebounding they bring?
I mean, an answer to cover all of them is good, positive, healthy energy. I think the gym is buzzing in a really good way, and we got a bunch of young guys that are hungry to learn, which we have some great vets as well, but I think that leaks into the vets in a different way than you may expect. So guys are locked in, trying to absorb everything that we're putting out there, especially these first few days have been it's been electric. So those young guys, rejuvenating some of the energy in the building is great, and that's not just during practice, but the whole time we're in the building is really healthy.
Dwight, Noah Weber from the Smoking Cube, and during your free agency there was kind of some rumors flying that Houston was possibly going to pay you more money. What does Dallas mean to you, and what are you looking forward to most this season?
I mean, I love Dallas. I think that's clear, hopefully. I love this organization, I love this city. I love being a part of the things we have here, the legacy of this organization, and the potential future that we have ahead of us. So, and especially this team right now, I'm very excited to be a part of it. So it's a blessing that I had the opportunity to come back, and I'm very grateful to be here. And there's a very bright future with this group. So to play any role in that and contribute in any way I can to our success that is on the way is something I really look forward to.
Could you see yourself being a Maverick for life?
I sure hope so. That would be amazing. That would be awesome. I mean, to look at a guy like Dirk that I grew up watching and then got the blessing to play with, and to see him be honored at the highest level this summer. Very proud to say I played with him and the legacy he's left. And one of those things is his loyalty to this city and his ability to contribute to this organization. So something like that is something I don't take lightly.
What does success look like to you personally this year?
Winning an NBA championship.
Short and sweet, I'll take it.
Very sweet.
Dwight, with so many new players on the team this year, how important is it for like a 12-game road trip to give you guys a chance to get to know each other?
No, it's huge. And not just a 12-game road trip, but to be in a whole nother environment, a whole nother culture. I know some of the guys have maybe been to the Middle East before, but for the majority of the guys, it'll be their first time. So, especially for the young guys, to learn about a new culture is super important for their growth as human beings. But to do it with this group, we get to share kind of one of those milestones in life. So that plays a big role, whether you believe it or not, on the court. So it builds camaraderie, chemistry, trust, understanding. Learning together is huge. So we're going to do a lot of that in camp in terms of X's and O's and how to play with each other and meshing on the court. But learning together in life is very valuable as well.
Will you guys lean on Luka a little bit more when you get to Madrid since he's,
Yeah, for sure. I think he knows his way around.
You've been all over the world lots of times. Have you ever been to Madrid? You ever been to Abu Dhabi in particular? Because I know you've been to Slovenia and you've been all other places.
I've actually been to both of those places this summer, so it's been a whirlwind summer, been a busy summer. But yeah, I've been to Madrid a few times. Beautiful city, fun city. Was there this summer briefly, and I've been there before playing. And I haven't been to Abu Dhabi in quite some time, but I've made many visits to Dubai, and it's right there, so I've driven over for day trips.
As big as you are, have you ever been on a camel?
I have, yeah. It's quite an experience. The offloading is the most difficult, because they kind of do this kneeling thing, and you kind of, but it's worth a try.
What's one piece of advice you'd give Derek Lively as he starts his career as being the big man in the NBA and playing in a pick and roll with Luka?
Always be ready, because I think one of the things Luka is a master at is deception, and he's gonna convince the defense of one thing, and he's gonna do exactly what he wants, which is generally the opposite. So that ball's gonna come to you right on time, right on target, even when you think it's not possible.
And then how do you balance kind of being a mentor to him and then also trying to maybe compete with him for minutes? in the starting lineup?
I mean, we're competing together to win games first and foremost. So I'm here to supply whatever I can to help us win, and he's here to do the same thing. And I think that's been the energy we've had from the very beginning of camp, which is extremely good. It's very healthy. So that's the most important thing. So whatever it is I can do to help him, I will do, and vice versa. Whatever he can do to help me, he will. So I think that's one of the most important components of a team, and that's how we've started off for sure.
Like that Luka and Derek combination's already been mentioned a couple of times from Luka and Jason Kidd is something that has jumped out in practices pretty quickly. Is that something you've seen? What does it look like from your perspective with those two?
It's exciting. It's very exciting. It may be hard to believe, but Luka's gotten better at basketball, which is very impressive. And a guy like Derek, has the size, the length, the court awareness, he knows where to be already, which is impressive for a guy so young and new to the game, new to the pro game. And he lives above the rim. So there's a lot of room for error, even though that ball is going exactly where it's meant to go. But that pick and roll combination is going to be very exciting to watch for sure.
Dwight, during Summer League, Derek, a couple points of emphasis for him was handling like channel one ball screen coverages and veer switches. What are your thoughts on his potential in those types of coverages entering his rookie season?
It's of course going to be a learning process, and I think he has the right mentality to pick it up very quickly, probably quicker than most bigs, with his motor, with his athleticism, with his ability to move his feet. But most of all, his mind. He's hungry to learn. So he's spending time with coaches. He's spending time with vets. He's spending time really focusing on technique, which is the biggest thing. So he's going to pick up the faster than even he expects.
And it can take like I'm sure some adjustment to handling like the judgment calls with veer switching. How do you envision him being able to handle that as a rookie? Like that can be probably challenging to get used to, I would imagine.
Yeah, he's going to make mistakes, and I think that's important. I think that's going to be the fastest way to learn is, we're going to throw him in the fire, and he's going to figure it out, but he has good instincts, and he's, like I said, the kind of guy that's willing to learn. So through those mistakes, he's gonna figure it out. But I think, like I said, you'll be surprised how quickly he picks things up.
Okay, guys, we got Jaden Hardy and Nick. Thank you.